Now, the top line growth was not bad. It's a 13% growth, but it's the operational numbers that have been weak. The margins have contracted quite a bit. They've fallen to 10.8%. Remember, last quarter as well, the margins fell to 10.8 versus 14.4%. So there's clearly raw material pressure that we're facing here for steel strips. Dheeraj Garg, the MD of Steel Strip Wheels, joins us now to talk about that. Dheeraj, good afternoon and thanks for joining in. First, on the margins, now that raw material prices have cooled off, when do you start to see the benefits of that? And when do you think you can get back to those 14-15% margins you used to enjoy last year?
Let me clarify one thing up front. The margins per wheel on an absolute basis are almost the same as they were last year. So we made the same amount of money per wheel. But since the raw material prices went up, so you see a decline in the percentage of the EBITDA percentage because of the increase in sales price. So going forward, yes, raw material prices are coming down quite well. And so again, this number of 10.5% will go up to 12.5% as the raw material prices come down. So this is a typical cycle, but we have not lost money on a per wheel absolute basis.
Tell us, what is the number margins per wheel? What is it right now that you're enjoying? And what is the average that you're expecting for the full year?
So we are about at 255 rupees.
Okay.
And we expect this margin to go up to 270 rupees in the next 6 months.
All right, we take that point. Just wanted to understand on your top line as well. The first half of this year, you've done around 2,100 odd crores. That's absolutely in the middle of what you had guided for the entire year, 4,200 odd crores in terms of the domestic business. And can you tell us how exports have performed as well? Because there too, you had said that, you would do about 650 crores this year.
So let me sort of give you a macro picture of the entire breakup. Our aluminum business has grown about 111%. Our CV business has grown 100%. Our tractor business has grown 30%. Our pass car business, steel business has grown 40%. What has not grown, in fact, has degrown is the export business. Export business is down about 70%. And to answer your question, for the whole year, earlier we had projected or guided about 650 crores, but we are looking at about 450 crores. We have to be a little bit more circumspect, considering the global sentiment, that's available right now to us.
Sure. Sir, did you mention exports are down 70%, 70?
Correct. Yeah, YOY for the first 6 months.
Okay. Are there any aberrations in the export business this quarter? On a steady state, do you expect this kind of a decline to continue?
No, as I said, we will make up for this, lack of exports in the first half. In the second half, and we are hopeful to clock about 500 crores, 450 to 500 crores versus 850 crores last year. So the decline would be not 70%, would be a lesser amount.
Okay.
Okay. You supply to a lot of segments, right? Trucks, passenger cars, 2- and 3-wheelers, tractors. In that entire gamut, two-wheelers are still struggling a bit, not just in the export market, especially markets like Africa, but even back home in the domestic market, recovery has not been great. What is your contribution, or what's the contribution to your revenues, and how do you expect it to shape up?
In fact, the two-wheeler business has grown over last year. I don't know the exact number, but in terms of the top-line growth or the EBITDA accretion, it's a very small number. So really, it's not a big game changer for us, the scooter business. But the other business we all need to focus is on the CV business, the aluminum wheel business, and the regular pass car 4-wheeler business in steel.
So,
and tractor business.
As far as the alloy wheel business is concerned, I remember you had guided for another 45 to 50% sort of growth in your overall, alloy wheel portfolio. Can you tell us where does it stand right now as an overall percentage of your mix, and what rate is it likely to grow at?
So I just mentioned that we grew 111% in the aluminum alloy wheel business, and we are hoping to even do better in that. Of course, the rate of growth may not be as much, but the sequential growth would be about 10% from where we are right now.
Yeah, that's exactly why I asked you. 111% is what you've grown at, and you guided for 45 to 50%. So there is a case for upping that guidance as well, right?
Yeah. Yes. So I wouldn't know the exact number, but we are looking at a top line growth of about 1,200 crores in the aluminum space.
Okay.
Versus I don't know how much it was last time.
I just wanted to revert back to the export business because of the kind of decline that you've seen and you are anticipating going forward. How much of your exposure is to Europe, and what are the trends that you're seeing there in terms of demand? And if you had to break up what your export demand is looking like geography-wise, which one would you probably be confident on? So how is Europe looking? And which are the markets that you're probably confident on in terms of growth?
So our major export market is the US market, and there we see a lot of decline in sales, especially because of high inventories and decline in raw material prices. So a lot of people are sort of circumspect about buying more material. But now going forward in the next 6 months, we see some traction coming back, and we hope, as I was saying, that we will do better than the first half of this year in exports. And so majority is North America, but Europe is also declining, but not at the same pace as North America has declined.
Okay. In the passenger vehicle space back home, you are supplying to a lot of the fast-selling new products, whether it's the Tata Nexon, the Tata Harrier, and you already supply to names like Kia, etc. Any more, clients, have you added them to your order book, and any kind of visibility that you have over the next 1 year?
Yeah, so it's a great question. Our order book, as we speak right now, is good till 2026, based on current capacities. And we are adding more capacities, and our 1 million plant will be commissioned by March of 2023. So that should give us a big leap going forward in terms of increasing our market share. Today, we are number 1 in the country in terms of market share of aluminum wheels. And going forward with this addition of 1 million wheels, we will be targeting the export market from where we have a great traction right now. And our target is to build up to 10 million wheels in 3 years' time from now. So we are pretty much on track, and we're very, very positive on the aluminum wheel business.
But 3 months ago, right. 3 months ago, you had spoken about a possible joint venture in the motors business. Can you tell us if there is an update on that?
Correct. So we are working on 2 things. We are working on a controller product, and we're working on the motor product. And both these negotiations are going on as we speak right now, and we are perhaps going to be announcing something very shortly. It has dragged on more than we anticipated, but it surely is happening, and this will be a big game changer again for us by foraying into the EV space.